In today's world, military power is not just about weapons, it's about strategy, technology, and influence. Two countries that stand at the heart of Middle Eastern geopolitics are Saudi Arabia and Israel. Both nations hold significant military strength, but in very different ways. Today, we'll dive deep into a neutral, fact-based comparison of their defense power. Stay tuned, because what you're about to hear might surprise you. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the channel. Today's topic is one that has been at the center of countless debates: the military comparison between Saudi Arabia and Israel. Now, before we dive in, let's make one thing clear. This is not about who is better or who would win in a war. Instead, it's about analyzing and understanding the strengths, weaknesses, and unique qualities of each country's defense power. Saudi Arabia is a vast nation, home to immense oil wealth and a massive land area that requires strong defense infrastructure. Israel, on the other hand, is a smaller country geographically, but one that has built its military around technology, intelligence, and rapid mobilization. Both nations face unique security challenges. Saudi Arabia deals with regional instability, threats from groups like the Houthis in Yemen, and concerns over Iran's growing influence. Israel, meanwhile, lives in constant tension with neighbors and has faced multiple conflicts throughout its history. So, in this video, we'll break down their defense power into key categories: defense budgets, manpower, air force capabilities, land forces, naval strength, missile systems, advanced technology, alliances, intelligence operations, and overall military balance. By the end, you'll have a clear picture of how Saudi Arabia and Israel stack up side by side. When we talk about military power, one of the first things to look at is the budget. Saudi Arabia is one of the world's top spenders on defense. Thanks to its oil revenues, it allocates tens of billions of dollars annually to its military. In fact, Saudi Arabia has consistently ranked among the top 5 highest defense spenders in the world, outpacing even some Western powers. This massive budget allows it to purchase advanced aircraft, tanks, missile systems, and modern defense technologies from countries like the United States, the UK, and France. Israel, however, spends less in absolute terms. Its defense budget is significantly smaller compared to Saudi Arabia's. But here's the interesting part: Israel spends a higher percentage of its GDP on defense. This means that for its size, Israel invests very heavily in its security. Furthermore, Israel's budget is used with extreme efficiency, as much of it goes toward developing domestic defense industries such as drones, missile defense systems, and cyber capabilities. The contrast is fascinating. Saudi Arabia relies heavily on buying military hardware from abroad, while Israel focuses on self-reliance and innovation. This sets the stage for a deeper discussion on how money is not always the sole indicator of military strength. It's also about how effectively that money is used. Next, let's look at manpower. Saudi Arabia has a population of around 36 million, giving it access to a large pool of potential recruits. Its active military personnel number in the hundreds of thousands, with a significant portion serving in the Army, Air Force, and Navy. However, Saudi Arabia faces one challenge. Despite its large population, not all of its citizens are inclined to join the armed forces, and the country often relies on foreign advisors and training programs to enhance the effectiveness of its troops. Israel, on the other hand, has a population of about 10 million, much smaller than Saudi Arabia, yet its approach to manpower is unique. Israel has compulsory military service, which means almost every young man and woman must serve in the Israel Defense Forces, IDF. This creates a culture where military experience is widespread across society. Even after service, many remain in reserve forces, giving Israel a strong and ready pool of trained personnel in case of conflict. So while Saudi Arabia may have larger numbers on paper, Israel's strategy ensures that its citizens are battle-ready, disciplined, and integrated into a defense-oriented society. This difference in manpower philosophy highlights how numbers alone don't tell the full story. It's also about readiness, training, and morale. Air power is often considered the backbone of modern warfare, and both Saudi Arabia and Israel have impressive air forces. Saudi Arabia boasts one of the most advanced fleets in the Middle East. It has purchased state-of-the-art fighter jets, including the American F-15 and the European Eurofighter Typhoon. These aircraft provide Saudi Arabia with long-range strike capabilities and powerful air superiority. Additionally, the kingdom has invested heavily in air defense systems to protect its vast territory from missile and drone attacks. Israel, however, is widely recognized for having one of the most effective air forces in the world. The Israeli Air Force, IAF, is equipped with advanced F-35 stealth fighters, making it the first in the region to operate fifth-generation aircraft. Israel's pilots undergo some of the toughest training programs globally, and the country's small size allows for rapid deployment and coordination in air operations. While Saudi Arabia has quantity and high-tech imports, Israel has a combination of cutting-edge technology, homegrown upgrades, and unmatched pilot training. This makes the Israeli Air Force not just a defensive tool, but a strategic advantage in almost any scenario. Turning to land forces, Saudi Arabia maintains a sizable army equipped with modern tanks, armored vehicles, and artillery. Its arsenal includes American M100 Abrams tanks and other Western-made equipment. The sheer scale of Saudi Arabia's territory means its army is tasked with defending long borders and responding to threats from multiple directions, including from Yemen and potentially Iran. Israel's army, though smaller in size, is battle-tested and highly experienced. The Israel Defense Forces have been engaged in multiple wars and counterinsurgency operations since the country's founding. Israel's Merkava tanks are domestically produced and designed specifically for the region's terrain and combat needs. What makes the Israeli army unique is its ability to mobilize reserves quickly, creating a larger effective force during wartime. The contrast here is again clear. Saudi Arabia has numbers and foreign equipment, while Israel has indigenous innovation and combat-hardened troops. The effectiveness of land forces often depends not just on size, but on readiness, training, and adaptability. And in these areas, Israel tends to stand out. Naval power plays a different role for these two countries. Saudi Arabia, with coastlines along both the Red Sea and the Persian Gulf, has a strong interest in maintaining naval security. Its navy includes modern frigates, corvettes, and patrol boats, purchased largely from Western suppliers. The Saudi Navy's mission is to protect vital shipping routes and oil infrastructure, as well as to ensure maritime security in the Gulf, a region prone to tension. Israel, by contrast, has a relatively small coastline along the Mediterranean, yet its navy plays a disproportionately important role. Israel's fleet includes advanced missile boats, submarines, and patrol vessels. The submarines, particularly the German-built Dolphin class, are rumored to have second-strike nuclear capability, giving Israel a powerful deterrent. The Israeli Navy also focuses heavily on protecting offshore natural gas fields, which are crucial to the nation's economy. So, while Saudi Arabia's navy is larger and designed to cover vast waters, Israel's navy is compact, high-tech, and strategically focused on deterrence and protection of critical assets. In today's warfare, missile systems are game changers. Saudi Arabia has invested heavily in missile defense, purchasing advanced systems like the American Patriot and the Terminal High Altitude Area Defense, THAAD. These are designed to intercept ballistic missiles, particularly from threats like Iran or Houthi rebels in Yemen. Israel, however, is famous for its missile defense technology. The Iron Dome system has become legendary for its ability to intercept short-range rockets with remarkable accuracy. In addition to Iron Dome, Israel has the David sling and arrow systems, which cover medium and long-range threats. Together, these create a multi-layered defense shield that is among the most sophisticated in the world. In terms of offensive capabilities, Saudi Arabia relies mostly on foreign suppliers, while Israel has developed indigenous missile technology, including precision-guided systems. This not only gives Israel autonomy, but also export opportunities, making it a global leader in missile defense. One area where Israel clearly excels is technology. Known as the Start-up Nation, Israel has built a defense industry that produces cutting-edge drones, surveillance systems, and cyber capabilities. Its cyber units are considered some of the best in the world, capable of both defensive and offensive operations. This technological edge gives Israel an asymmetric advantage, especially in intelligence gathering and precision strikes. Saudi Arabia, while wealthy, relies heavily on imported technology. However, the kingdom has begun investing in domestic defense industries as part of its Vision 2030 plan. The goal is to reduce reliance on foreign arms and build a more independent defense capability. Still, when it comes to advanced tech and cyber power, Israel remains far ahead, using innovation as a force multiplier to make up for its smaller size. Military power is not just about weapons, it's also about alliances. Saudi Arabia is closely allied with the United States and other Western nations, which supply it with weapons, training, and logistical support. It also leads a coalition of Arab states in regional conflicts, most notably in Yemen. Israel, meanwhile, has one of the closest military partnerships in the world with the United States. It receives billions in military aid annually, ensuring access to top-tier technology. Additionally, Israel has developed defense relationships with countries like India, Greece, and even some Arab nations in recent years through normalization agreements. These alliances play a critical role. Saudi Arabia's partnerships give it access to advanced hardware, while Israel's alliances reinforce its qualitative edge and political backing. So, how do Saudi Arabia and Israel compare overall? Saudi Arabia has the advantage of scale, more money, more territory, and larger armed forces. Its strategy revolves around protecting its vast land, oil infrastructure, and borders. Israel, on the other hand, has the advantage of quality, battle-tested forces, advanced technology, and a culture deeply rooted in defense readiness. In simple terms, Saudi Arabia is a defense giant by size and budget, while Israel is a defense powerhouse by efficiency and innovation. Neither approach is superior. They are simply designed for the unique challenges each nation faces. Saudi Arabia needs to defend against regional threats across a massive territory, while Israel focuses on rapid, high-tech responses to immediate threats on its borders. In the end, this comparison shows that military power is not one-dimensional. It's about strategy, innovation, and alliances as much as it is about numbers and money. Both nations are strong in their own ways, and their defense capabilities play a crucial role in shaping the balance of power in the Middle East. If you found this breakdown helpful and insightful, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss our deep dive analysis videos. And now, I want to hear from you. Which approach do you think is more effective? Saudi Arabia's scale or Israel's innovation? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, and let's start a discussion